So guys, here's a spoiler-free review, or reviews, had to see it twice, on The King of Staten Island. And I did see it twice because I learned something after the first viewing, and it resulted in two completely different viewing experiences of the film and how I thought about the film. And yeah, I needed to be fair. And in all fairness, I was not very familiar with Pete Davidson before this. I'm a freaking expert now. But when I first saw this movie, I knew of him. He's an SNL. He's kind of funny sometimes, sure. It's not that I don't like him. I was really excited to see this after I saw the trailers. It looked good, and it's Judd Apatow, and he's a great filmmaker. He gave us like 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, This Is 40, Trainwreck. He was also involved in like Step Brothers and freaking Bridesmaids, so he's good. He does movies with heart and comedy. That's nice, and something that's really needed right now, considering all the crap that's going on in the world. So yeah, I was looking forward to this. And plus, Pete Davidson, I did want to see what kind of acting he could really do in a role like this, which was cool. Right off the bat, we're thrown right into this world. And I will say the world feels very lived in, which is cool. Get to see how he interacts with his friends. We get to see how he interacts with his family. And we get a real feel for who this guy is. And as you saw in the trailer, he's some guy who's just getting over his shit because his dad died. Now he's dealing with stuff because his mom's dating some new guy years later. And he builds a bond with the guy and whatever. It's in the trailer. And you do see this stuff, but there's a momentum issue with the first viewing that I had where the story just didn't want to move forward. I like when movies take their time because you get to develop characters, but there's a lot here where it's just kind of hanging out. And when I did start to see some momentum in the movie move forward, I looked at the time because I was just curious. It was at the 51-minute mark. It's a 2-hour and 15-minute movie. Let's go. But then it just kind of hangs out again. And I'm like, okay. And finally, the whole growth part comes in at like the 90-minute mark, which, yeah, 45 minutes are still left, but that 90 minutes, yeah, it's still good. It's not bad. And I will say the movie is different. Normally you get like one character that's just got most of the issues and they got to grow and all this stuff. And yeah, he's likable and a bit of a dick too in some cases. And because of what's going on with him, he's kind of keeping people away. Yeah, he's got attachment issues. But some other people in the movie are kind of pricks too, which just kind of feels like it throws things off a little bit. This movie is also a lot more serious than I expected it to be. Yeah, there's barely any comedy in this movie. This is a freaking drama. There's a couple of moments that are like, they're funny, and this movie does have heart to it, but it's really dark in some areas too, man. But it goes along, and in the third act, I really started to like this movie a lot. Everybody acted great. Pete Davidson, I was like, dude, this guy's freaking amazing. And I was like, yeah. Then I found out something at the very end when the credits roll, which is, this is a semi-autobiography on Pete Davidson. I didn't know because I wanted to go in cold, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta watch this again now because I see this in a completely different way. The movie is about a guy exercising his demons, but once you realize it's actually about the guy in the movie exercising his demons, I'm like, crap, dude. The little bit of dullness in the movie, he was trying to keep it real, which was nice. It's not like these are based on true events and then you go home and you look it up on the internet and you're like, bro, where did that movie get all this crap from? The true event wasn't even close to this. No, he kept it pretty close, man. It was legit. And I do know they changed a few things, but man, I respected him for that. I will say what I thought about him as an actor, it does have to go down a little bit, but it's still good. And the reason I need to bring it down once I realize what this movie is about is because he's playing himself. Look at Eminem in 8 Mile. He looked like the greatest actor in the entire history of Hollywood in 8 Mile. You're like, dude, Eminem. He was playing himself. Same here. But still, Pete Davidson, dude, I'm a fan now. I definitely am. So much so that I watched his stand-up show earlier today. It was pretty good. And he actually went over some stories that are in the movie. So there's a lot of truth there. But just know, if you're looking for 40-Year-Old Virgin or something that's like very Judd Apatow, this is not it. This is a drama with a little bit of humor, but it's an interesting story. It does take its time. You gotta be patient, and you gotta give the kid credit because this took some balls. I'm sorry it did. And yeah, dude, if you're hanging out on a Sunday and there's nothing to do and you're like, whatever, you know what? Sure. With all these good Judd Apatow movies, this one being very different, which is your favorite? I want to know in the comment section. If you want to rank them, freaking do that. Even better, dude. Or if you saw this, tell me if you liked it or not. I'm curious. Because my feelings about this movie really are still changing. It's kind of weird. Seen the freaking thing twice already. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review. Please like, subscribe, and whatever, all the stuff that I have, especially YouTube. Make sure you click that bell for notifications, and thanks for watching.